What the frick is up, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Jaden back here for another morning check-in. It is currently 5:27, April 15th, and we are heading over to do our morning cardio. So, the usual, nothing has changed. Weighed in this morning at 174.2. A little bit higher, but I definitely have you know, some movement that could go down there if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not too concerned. It's just a normal fluctuation from food intake and all that good stuff. Had a lot of roughage yesterday, trying to get everything moving smooth, right? And so that can be an issue sometimes on a cut. But enough said about that, right? Weight's looking good, physique is looking good, and we are on track early this morning, earlier than we have been in the past few days, to complete our 90 minutes of cardio. And then from there, get a few meals in, and then from there, get a freaking leg day in, because today is legs, which means we're going to the big gym to fucking smash some heavy ass weight in a few hours. Not right now, that'll come later. Right now it's just go do cardio. Hopefully, where I normally do it. Hopefully, the bike is not, being taken away like it was yesterday. Freaking, this guy was hauling the bike. It was 7 a.m. He was hauling the bike outside. Look at this freaking eyewitness news. The hell? It's eyewitness news. Anyway, this guy was hauling the bike out of the freaking gym, and I'm like, dude, like, you got to use that bike? You sure? Because there's a few bikes, right? But there's only one that has like a tracker on it, which is dumb. And I was like, hey, you sure you got to use that one? He's like, yeah, I want the tracker. I'm like, all right. Hey, I mean, that's my fault for waking up late, you know? I was like, you beat me. It's first come, first serve, right? And so that's how it is. You got to have that attitude. No reserving bikes here. But, if that was an option, you already know I'd be all over it. I'd be reserving that thing for months. But, either way, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna yap too much about that. That's kind of it is what it is. I mean, you can't complain. You got to just let it do its thing. And I ended up having a great cardio session just on a different bike. I just went over to the big gym and I found a good old, I think it was a Matrix bike, and it had a freaking watt counter on it. Look, as long as it's a watt counter, I'm good. If you guys don't know, a lot of exercise machines overestimate the calories you burn because they consider your base calorie rate of burn as well, your resting calories, while they calculate your active. But if you have a bike that does like joules to watts conversion, it's just looking at watts, as far as I'm concerned, for most bikes, and so it's only going to show you the result for wattage burned, not calories. I think. I mean, you gotta do as best as you can, right? But at the end of the day, if you're slightly off, as long as you're consistent, the weight's still gonna come down, right? Especially if you're in as big of a deficit as I am, 1K a day. We're not talking pennies here. This is substantial, so it's all right if your measurements are slightly, off the freaking rocker, but they should be pretty much on point. So that said, not too much more to say. I'm gonna go get these 90 minutes done like usual. Hopefully, it'll fly by in some respect, just from doing some work on the side while I get it done. But hey, besides that, I guess I'll catch you guys on the other side. Why don't you get some meals in yourself while I'm at it? Now this is what I like to see. No lights on means no bike can be taken, so we are first. One meal's been eaten. Let's freaking smash this cardio.
Alrighty. Well, I just freaking realized I recorded my morning check-in in like zero point 0.7 zoom, which destroyed the quality, so we're just gonna run through it again. But post 90 minutes on the bike, it is 7:47. First meal was eaten at 5:45. This is what we're dealing with, so legs, a little bit of something. All right. Yeah, we're leaning out, guys. We are leaning out. Weight this morning was 174.2, I believe. And, pretty much right in that range. I'm assuming it's going to go down over the course of the week. Probably end the week around 173, 172.8, maybe. That'd be nice. And then from there, it's just, the weeks will go by and we'll get leaner, right? So, plan for the day is I need to get meal number 2 in. Gonna be probably a bagel, cinnamon raisin bagel, maybe a little bit of a boiled eggs mashed up to put on top. Fats, proteins, bit of carbs. Guys, you don't need a lot of protein. All right, I know it's like anathema to the bodybuilder way, but I eat generally like 120 to 150 grams a day. Usually somewhere in the middle, 135, 140. I weigh about 170, and the rule of thumb, based on science, is 0.82 grams per pound of body weight, which is already an overestimation to make sure you're not losing muscle, even on the cut, right? That's what the science shows. And so for me at 170, that's, 39 or so. And that's already, like I said, 2 standard deviations, basically 2 rounding principles above what the actual metric is, which is really like 0.7, as low as 0.7, 0.64, right? To maintain muscle, protein, nitrogen, even in a cut, right? That's what studies show. So protein doesn't need to be that high. If you're eating 5 meals a day, divide 135 or so by 5, you get like 27 around there, right? And so, 2 eggs and cinnamon toast bagel, cinnamon toast would be great. A toasted cinnamon raisin bagel puts me just at around 27 grams of protein. And so, that's solid. About 12 from the eggs, about 14 or so from the bread, and I'm in that range. And so that'll be meal number 2. After that, I'll get a meal number 3, which is going to be the same as meal number 1, which is, just rice and chicken probably. And then, we'll hit a little bit of a light day in about 4 to 6 hours from now. And that'll be all dandy. Legs are looking, not bad. Getting leaner, getting bigger, I dare say, by the day. Looking pretty aesthetic, I think. But not gonna kind of make this go on for too much longer. I got freaking legs to hit and meals to eat and class to go to, but that's, whatever. All right, so I'll see you guys in a bit for that.
All right, this should be working. So, leg day officially it's 133. It's been about, I think, 5 hours or so. Like I said, I think about 6 actually. And I got class in like an hour, so hopefully we'll make this quick. Nothing different than usual. I'm thinking 2 sets of hack, 3 or so sets of leg extension, and then 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 maybe of some hamstring and some calves. My hams have been getting hit hard lately during the session, so maybe we'll just do 3. But either way, this should be good. All right, already warmed up. You guys know the drill. Up the weight a little bit from last week, so should be heavier. Should be right where we want it, rep wise. That was good. All right, I think we do one more of those. I gotta crawl out. Same weight. 5 to 8 reps should be good. Okay, that'll do it. Sets of hams. Don't have a ton of time today, so I'm thinking 3 sets of hams, supersetted to 3 sets of calves, and then we'll do like 3 sets of leg extensions after, and that should be good. So let's get it. Okay, that was a good first set. Honestly, feeling like calves could use a bit less volume, a bit of a strain in this right one, so take it easy. Okay. Whew. That's solid. 2 more of those. I don't know how many of you guys have watched the old Jay Cutler documentary, but what always gets me is it's like an hour of opening footage of just straight lifting. Like 30 minutes to an hour, just unabridged, you know? Oh man, sometimes I'm editing and I'm like, I gotta record less, so we'll see. Some people like it. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Back to calves. Okay. Yeah. One more. Okay. That does it. Set some quad. Jump right in here. That should be fine. Bring the seat back a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay. Two more. Okay. Whew. That was good. Maybe one more. Maybe we'll check the bone. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna try and make it quick because got class in like 10 minutes, so I don't know if we'll be making it on time. But either way, we're super carved up today. Already have like 300 grams of freaking carbs, and yeah, a good ass leg day. So hopefully it shows. We'll see. All right. Oh yeah, size is certainly there. Look at that. Yeah, I would almost say for certain I put on muscle during this cut, at least in the freaking calves. Yeah, that right calf especially. Oh yeah, something there. Check the right side. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, for sure. I think like at least the sweep going down to the knee and out is way better. And then definitely storing a bit of water, but even then, I think you can tell we can have a good amount of muscle there. Definitely could be leaner, but that's the primary objective, right? So we're moving in the right direction. But yeah, that's good. Can't complain. Well, not much more to pose on a freaking leg day, but abs are showing through regardless. And so, uh, you know, despite how it may look, the scale is still going down. The cut is still, in progress. So that said, I think this gym might be closed next scheduled leg day, so we might have to find an alternative set of movements. So I'm thinking about that. But until then, we got a few more chest and back days, and hopefully a few more good pumps. So the huge. It was a good session. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and I'll catch you guys next freaking time. Hopefully tomorrow for a bit of chest, tries, and buys. Peace.